My name is Alice Whittington and I'm the label manager for Soundway Records. I oversee the day-to-day management of the record label, but I also look after PR, social media, royalties, finances, logistics, production, distribution, the administrative side of things as well, and the artist liaison. I think my job is probably a lot more holistic than maybe other label managers get to have, only because we're a very small company, so it's not divided into different areas. Where I work is an old warehouse in Leighton. They restore and master records and produce vinyl lacquers as well. In here is a mastering studio and cutting lathe for vinyl records. Then we've got another studio for restoration, a big foyer with all the records, and then upstairs a private area as well. So the advice that I would give to people trying to make it in the music industry, particularly with a record label from my point of view, is don't underestimate the power of hard work and patience. Record labels are 10% fun, 90% administration. To be able to bring that music to the public is such a huge administrative mountain to climb, and to make sure that everybody gets paid, recognised, everything runs on time. It's really easy to get caught up in what people are doing on social media or PR and press that they're getting, and thinking that you're stuck behind everybody else, but actually that person might have taken 10 years to get to where they are. There's so much that can be done to improve the way people get into the music industry. There's a lot of protectionism, nepotism and competition from people, so they don't want to tell you how to get a job because everyone's looking out for themselves basically. And I know that's not the case for everybody, but I feel like for people that are interested in getting into the music industry, there needs to be more education on what those jobs actually are. The music industry has a front or a facade of glamour, hype, popularity, parties, and yeah, there is that to a certain extent, but what drives the music industry is all the organisations and all the businesses behind it. Any professional skills that you have are so valuable, because professionalism is often lacking in the way we deal with each other in music. And when you do act professional, it makes such a massive impact on people. So Soundway Records was founded in 2002 by Miles Claret, who's a London DJ and collector. It kind of started out when he went on a trip all around Africa, mainly East Africa. He decided he wanted to release a compilation of Ghanaian music to start off with. It made quite a ripple in the music industry because reissue compilations hadn't really been a thing before then. One of our upcoming reissues is We Can Move by Free Youth. We spent several months trying to track them down. Turns out two of them were living in London, so we managed to meet up with them, talk about how we wanted to reissue the record. They were really excited. Their names are Lenny and Abed, and the third member is still in Accra in Ghana.
We were so lucky to have you around us. We can't listen. We're so grateful.
Absolutely lovely guys. They're really excited to be able to have their music released to the world properly this time, because it was only a very limited 7-inch that was available in Ghana at the time. But we've managed to bring it back to life, which I'm really happy about.
What they do for other people, they do things whereby other people are forgotten. They take it, they made it their own, and they transform.
I have grown up with music since I was a baby. My dad's a pianist and a composer, and he got me playing piano from probably about 1 or 2 years old, I think. In 2012, I quit my office job and decided to take up DJing. And I started off in house and techno, which I really enjoyed, but it was a difficult genre to break into in terms of wages, in terms of being female at the time. It was highly unusual. And then in 2016, I decided I really wanted to get my teeth stuck into something meatier other than just DJing full time, so I volunteered to run a festival in Cuba called Manana, which was probably the most intense and difficult project I've ever worked on. I'm sure you've seen the Fire Festival documentary. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong. We ran out of internet in the first couple of days, so there was no internet anywhere other than maybe one public square where it was barely working. There was no motivation from the government to assist us just as long as we played by their rules. Our security guards basically held us to ransom on the third day and final day of the festival for more money. When we didn't do that, they left, which was also really stressful. On the last day of the festival, there was a torrential thunderstorm. Sparks were flying off the electricity, and we nearly electrocuted Nicholas Jar. I'm sorry, Nicholas. But he was a really good sport about it in the end. Nobody was hurt, nobody was injured or arrested. It was just Cuba. It was a really unique experience where people knew that the rules that apply in the Western world were just not going to apply. Running that festival really put me under a lot of duress, but taught me how to handle really difficult situations and how to plan for everything going wrong, which it did. And once you know how to do that, you can do anything.